Alright guys, it's the first leg of FSD 12.3. So, and you'll hear this other place, but I'll try to make a separate video because I think this is shaping up to look pretty good. So, pulling out of the rest center, invoke FSD. I have minimal lane changes on, just because I've gotten used to that, and it's bit me before, so I made sure I got it on. So it accelerated onto the highway, nice, smooth, awesome. I mean, it wasn't pokey, and it wasn't California road rager. It's a little bit close to California road rager and pokey, but it wasn't bad. Okay, so driving along, everything's running smooth. That's great. It's hard not to be optimistic. Let's try to be cautiously optimistic, shall we? All right. So as we're driving along, let's be fair. So the one thing I noticed that some of the Florida truck weighing stations, they have 45-mile-per-hour speed signs, and sometimes FSD or Tesla would read it and take it for themselves. Well, that's not the case. It's for the trucks. Okay. So the one I went by with 12.3, at first, yeah, it's great. We went by them all, and they're into their weighing station. As their ramp comes out, there's a 45 sign that we capture. Okay. But FSD said, wait, nobody else is doing this speed. What's going on here? So we kept the speed up at 71, where it's supposed to be. And for those of you who don't know, 71 displayed is 70 real. That's why I do 71. Okay. As we're in a 60 zone, a Freightliner semi comes up, passes me. I mean, so it feels that way. I'm thinking the same thing. Like, wait, what? But I can see the cones, so I know the barrels. I know they're still declaring a construction zone. So anyway, the semi goes by me. Actually, no, wait. Before that semi goes by me. Yes, before that semi goes by me, we're going through a town, and I'm in the middle lane. He's in the outside lane. He comes up onto the line separating the lanes. With FSD 11.4.9, it would have been pretty hard regen brakes at that moment. Okay, that's the way FSD 11.4.9 reacted. With 12.3, he just kind of let off the accelerator a little bit, just a little bit, and waited for the truck to get back into his lane. No problems, like as if he's done this before. Awesome. All right, so going back, this same truck in the 60 zone passed me. Okay, and so for the rest of the way out here at the Buc-ee's, I was pretty much right behind him, because when the speed limit did go up to 70, he went 71, so I went 71, so we're compatible. That's fine. I don't want to push the boundaries right now. You don't want to do that. Okay, so coming into the exit, man, before he got to the exit, he turned FSD, turned on the right turn signal. Sorry. Oh my, thank you. The combination of being chilly and the humidity, and it's getting to me. Okay, anyway. So he comes up on the exit, he comes in kind of hot. I would have slowed down to 55 myself, or somewhere in that neighborhood. FSD comes in at 70, and almost all the way up to the traffic light, he's going 70. All of a sudden, he says, oh wait, it's 20 here. Well, I don't think it's 20. How about maybe it's supposed to be like 45? 30? Okay, anyway, so I keep my foot on the accelerator to keep the car moving, just so we're not too much of an inconvenience for anybody else. FSD steered the whole way into Buc-ee's. And in fact, what he did, and that car's gone now, of course, but when he came in, he came in this way, and he's lined up like if he's going to park at one of the first superchargers there, or first posts, sorry. Come think of, what is that? No, it must be 4. Yeah, it's 4. Okay, makes sense. So he was going to park there, but he was being real jerky about it, so I stopped him. Okay. So for some of you, you might say, you're being kind of negative, but no. This is great. Compared to 11.4.9, I have so much more confidence at the moment. Now, notice I say at the moment, I have confidence sooner or later. But we'll see. Okay? It's a good start. Alright, how's this working out for you? You're going to see a lot more than just the screen, but what I want to show is this FSD on the screen, and we'll go from there. Yeehaw! Okay guys, ready to leave Buc-ee's? Let's see how a pro does it. Okay, I-12. Oh, we're going to be on the other side of New Orleans. Okay, that sounds good. Speed limit 45. Where'd you get 45 from? We're in a parking lot. Could have used that 45 earlier when he declared it was 20. But whatever, peace and harmony. You can see this place is going to be nuts later today. Absolutely nuts. I was thinking I shouldn't come at this particular exit, but old habits die hard. Yeah, and then it's a Honda, right? For some reason it looks like a Mercedes, but it's a Honda. What? I'll make a left turn. How do I do that? Yes, girl, I'm going to run right into you if you don't move. This girl just... And of course that means she has to stop there and wait. Now she's finally moved up. Okay. Swing right. Bring it in. Whoop. There goes my autopilot wheel, disappeared. What's that? Yes, my traditional approach would have been not to trust him on getting out of here. Yeah, see, I can go down there and get out of here. So why would I go this way? What's that? Yes. It's a Model 3 Performance. Yeah, Bubba. Oh, so you make a choice. It's just not labeled that. At least I didn't see the label.
Now turn left.
Okay, what am I looking at?
Expressway.
I'm going to make a left onto the highway. What's that? Autopilot wheels on? Ding ding. The FSD is now on. See the little scrunchy things? Yes, that's relatively new. Although it was in 11.4.9. Well, part of what I see I like, but the other part where the traffic control is going to slow everything down all day. Man, okay. Off we go. I'm sorry, I don't have a nickname for FSD other than FSD. Although at one time I was calling them Ego. Because somewhere Elon or somebody said something, well, ego is id, your self-identity. See, now it's 35. I don't know. It's confusing.
In 500 feet, turn left to take the Interstate 10 west toward Mobile.
And you can see nobody else is going this speed.
Now turn left to take the Interstate 10
Hold on to that light. Hold on to that light. Let's go, go, go. Let's go, go, go. Oh, look at that. Awesomeness. Pretty good, huh? And then a reasonable acceleration. So I can't quite say whether it's 69 or 70. And we got a semi coming up next to us. If we're going to get in front of him, we better go. So foot on the accelerator, keep the car moving. But he's handling all the rest of it. Okay, that part's awesome. Loving it. Okay. So we're off to, wait, what? Oh, I see. We're going to our charging stops before Baton Rouge. Okay. There you go. Your first real introduction to FSD 12.3. Of course, it's GMC. I can't handle it. Okay. Let me put you all to sleep and I'll get back to you later. Okay, how are we going to meet? Ah! Yeah, of course, it's a Lincoln. What is it with these guys that you see you're coming up on a merge? I had the right of way. I'm already in this lane. But he's going like, what? And I don't know. I mean, if you're going to go faster, go ahead and accelerate as you're coming in. Like this guy up here, he should have known he was going to go faster. Okay, maybe not, but when you see that you're coming up equal to a car, you have two choices. Either you accelerate past them, or you slow down and go behind them. Well, there's a third choice, and actually a fourth choice too, right? Third choice is, hey, you know what? My insurance paid up. I heard that when I wrecked into a Tesla, they told it, but that's okay. I can afford the insurance. So there's that group, and then there's the other group like, yeah, but it's an SUV. Let's go off road. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. I don't know. I'm sorry, I was so much watching him, I didn't pay attention to what FSD did. So I'll have to go back with you guys and watch the replay. I think FSD did it just right. I didn't do a brake on FC off. I was about to, but it didn't. So there you go. That's the right answer. Okay, I guess I should have looked through this before. I thought I looked at it and didn't see anything different. I now have this automatic set speed offset. Although I thought we already did that. Anyway, so what happened was FSD was wanting to go to the inside lane. And to be fair to FSD, yes, the inside lane is going a little bit faster right now. But I like being in the outside lane, especially when I know I'm going into an area of heavier traffic. I don't like doing lane changes when there's heavy traffic. Let's put it that way. If I was already in the inside lane, I might stick on the inside lane. Unless, of course, there's a bunch of people who are behind me. Then, okay, whatever. Speed limit 65, max set to 66, obviously. We're going 65. No, we were going 45 just a few seconds ago. It kind of depends what the semi sees in front of what speed he goes. 6 minutes ahead. 6 miles ahead, I'm sorry. 5 to 7 minutes. Anyway, that was interesting. So I'm going to ride with 14%. Ooh. I'm not quite sure what the Aberville. Oh, Covington. What? Did you just change? You changed. I was just talking about Danville, and all of a sudden he's changed it to Covington. Okay. Any of y'all want to take an EV on a road trip and you wonder why I get a Tesla? It's right here. They know all the superchargers, they know how busy they are, and they can kind of guess based upon how much energy you're using, what you can make. Although right now I'm doing about 185, although 303 for the last 30 miles. Current drive. And yes, I'm almost up to 0.8% more than expected. I don't know how. I mean, I'm going, well, I was going 71 to 70, but he wants me to do below 70 to make that percentage. No, I don't do that. And let's see, we got wind out of the northeast, so we got a partial tailwind. Yes, it's easy to get distracted by all this stuff. You don't have to look at all of it. Tesla's doing all of it for you. I'm just showing you so you're aware of the fact of when you're going, if you're in, let's say you're in a 70 zone, you're doing 80. You're using more energy to go 80. And you know, it doesn't matter if it's an electric car or a gas car or a diesel car. Okay? Because remember, my Volkswagen Jetta was a TDI, diesel. And that's one of the things I know is like, well, I bought it because we get 40 miles to the gallon. Yes, but if you're going over 70 on an upgrade for a long ways, you're not going to get 40, you're going to get 38. Mobile city limit. Yeah, so this is the city of Mobile ahead of us. And looking at the skyscrapers on this side, it seems like such a small place. Was it Mobile? That was the capital of Alabama. Go to 55. Maintaining speed for traffic flow. Kind of expected that. The truck in front of us didn't slow down, so he's going, no, the truck's going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay, go away. There's a nice, lovely map. Oh yeah, look at all that. But having come through Mobile before, I don't perceive it as a problem. It's not like, was it Knoxville and Memphis, Nashville? Oh man, the amount of construction traffic in those areas is horrendous. No, he's still going. No, he's going 57. That's interesting. He didn't reset the max. You saw that pickup highlighted blue. The blue meant there was a target of interest. Let's call it that. Oh, whoa. Can you guys still see? I don't know. We'll have to see what the video looks like. But welcome to the tunnel. It's not very long, but whoa, 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 whoa. I can hear him to his brakes. All right. Texas Street. Going on Texas. No, I wasn't born in Texas, but I lived in Texas for a long time. All right, what do you say? Let's let Mr. Semi figure out how to go faster. Let's go by him. So I use my left turn signal to get over. I do have minimal lane changes on to control FSD. Speed limit is 55. Hey, suddenly woke up. Oh no, I want to go. Why do they use different size numbers? 2 is much bigger than the 5. Yep. 65. Ding ding. What? No, it said 65. Okay, maybe that's the impact of hitting that switch. Well, maybe he's looking at the cars over here on the left that actually are probably going 72. Okay, so okay, that works. So I'm guessing they have strengthened the traffic flow speed. Because that is how human drivers actually drive. That's supposed to be part of the basis. I mean, obviously these people aren't going like, but the speed limit's 65. They may not even seen the 65 speed limit. Who knows? All right. So like that, we're through Mobile. It's kind of strange to think that it's a major city, but compared to Austin, it's so small. Okay, onward, upward charge. Talk to you in a bit. Yeah, I was just taking now that it's relatively quiet, taking a quick look at the navigation, because I saw that it changed to Covington, but Covington to Iberville is right around this area too. So I'm not quite sure why it switched stations, but we're going to Covington, which has 11 openings right now, but we're almost 2 hours away. Okay, whatever. It's just another curiosity. And of course, there's the 4 settings on this over here. So this shows the leg. This shows the whole map. And this shows in the north, like as if, so north's that way, right? But what I really want to see is the direction I'm going in. Now that I've gotten used to this, at first I wouldn't use this, but now it makes sense. It's fine. There we go. Well, if anything else exciting happens, I'll wake you up. Otherwise, see you in Covington. Okay, well, the lane shift to the right where it's initiated by a driver still looks the same. I mean, not quite, but we need to evaluate over the whole day, right? But definitely that one was typically slow. Hey guys, this isn't a big deal, right? Okay, it's not really FSD related, but I tell you, this is one of my favorite parts of I-10. So coming up from Orlando took the better part of 8 hours to get to far west Florida. So it was like being in Florida all day. And actually I was. But woke up this morning, only a few minutes to get out of Florida, only a few minutes to get across to Alabama, because the Mississippi state line is coming up shortly. And it'll only be a few minutes to get through Mississippi, then we'll be in Louisiana. Louisiana will be a little bit longer. But it's kind of like when you're driving north between Washington, D.C. and Boston, or whatever. When you take I-95 through Delaware, it's so short in Delaware. It's like bam, bam. You know, for somebody who lives out in Texas, I mean, if you go to Houston, that's 3 hours. You go to Dallas, that's 4 hours. You you go to San Antonio, it's an hour and a half or so. You go down to Brownsville, it's almost 7 hours. Right? Go to El Paso, it's what, 10? I've forgotten what it is nowadays. I think when it was 55 miles an hour speed limit, it was around 10 hours. So I mean, if you live in the center of Texas, or it's not really the center. I'm not going to claim Austin's the center of Texas geographically, but you get so used to driving so many hours and not escaping Texas. But here, you're going through. It's not. It feels like you're accomplishing something. Okay, here's the way station. What? It didn't say goodbye, Alabama. Speed limit 70, strictly enforced. Don't you know the signs? Speed limit strictly enforced. I can tell you in Florida, you're not strictly enforcing the speed limit. And here we go. They should be cutting back these trees. Welcome to Mississippi, birthplace of America's music. Maybe so, but you know, the home of music is Austin, Texas. Okay, whatever. The music capital, whatever it is they could call it. Whatever. Same thing can be said about Memphis, whatever. Peace and Army. Alright. Check back with you later. It's this one, right? Maybe not. There was some rest area along here where they had some space stuff at the rest area, which was kind of cool. Anyway, onward upward charge. Talk to you later. Oh, can you see it? What is that? I don't see any tags on it. Just curious. It looks like it's an EV, perhaps. I don't know. I've never seen one of those before. I don't think it's a Blazer, because I thought Blazer brake lights had a different signature, so to speak. Just curious. Alright guys, so this is more of a question for you guys, because obviously it's not bothering me a whole lot. So it's sprinkling, not heavy or anything at all, just a little bit, but all the drops are rolling up the windshield away from me. So you know, there are those people who say, well, just run between the raindrops, which almost sounds like impossible. But this is a case of, well, looking around the raindrops on the windshield. Obviously that's what FSD is doing, because he's hardly wiping at all. So the question for y'all is, can you tolerate this? From my viewpoint, I can see just fine. Now, is it, okay, let's call it 8K, whatever you want to call it. Is it 8K high definition? No, because there's fuzziness in the screen. But I see everything I need to see for driving. So that's the way I see it. Now the question for you guys is, do you see it that way? Gee, I can almost guess what Jill's going to say, but because she wanted to set the speed, the wiper speed, higher. But anyway, now that we're finally getting some rain, thought I'd ask that question, see what you think. But for those people who have automatic wipers on Teslas, there are some people complaining all the time about it wipes too often, or it doesn't wipe enough. So I don't know. To me, this is pretty good. Onward, upward. All right. So we had a camera getting out. That's a camera, right? Camera getting out at the exit. So FSD sees the brake lights in front of them, slows down just a little bit, tracks where those brake lights are going because they're going into the exit lane. And as that car is curving off to the right, you can feel the relaxation of the slowdown, or the reapplication of the accelerator, if you want to call it that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so that is a marked improvement over 11.4.9, where he just saw the brake lights and he's applying the brakes. Ah! Even though they're turning off the road and it's inconsequential. Nice. And the good news is, so far, this is really pretty boring. And that's what you want. Anyway. Hey guys, I'm not quite sure what's going on with this truck next to me. But just in case, I'll look you up. As we're driving along, all of a sudden, whoa! Like you put on the exhaust brake or something. I don't know. It makes me afraid to. Whoop! Disengaged. First time I had disengaged all this time. And of course, it's a GMC. Come on, man. Alright, sorry. I was somebody who's going somewhere in a big rush. Alright. FSD back on. Down, back down. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that red truck. Okay, whatever. See you in a little bit. Sure, as soon as I turn the camera off, it gets excited. I don't know what. We came up on a line of cars. Two of them, I think, were exiting to the right. And it just passed one that's going slow. But, yeah. That's interesting. Before it had to be regular speed. Now it's even on low speed. Alright, so anyway, I don't know. Anyway, we're rolling up on fast. I didn't feel FSD reacting, so I brake on FSD out just to be safer. So traffic's getting a little bit crazier. Definitely some Texas people going by. One guy in a Cadillac, whatever, Escalade. Bah! And he's in the outside lane. He's slamming all the way to the inside lane. Yeah, who cares? Get over it. What am I supposed to do about this, Elon? I mean, if you really feel like you can't handle it, you should say, oh, well, we're too... nope, stop. You should submit saying, oh, we're too stupid to handle FSD. And if you're handling FSD, stop giving me this meaningless message. Okay, whatever. There was a semi coming up as I was going to go left. And of course, the car behind them is going the inside lane. Now, I will admit that the vision at the moment, and what's that? It's a vision-based system, right? The vision at the moment is not great. Why is this setting to 77? Right, speed limit 70. I'm going 66, and he set the max to 77. Why? So when I put on FSD, he'll go to 77. And now it's scrolled down. Where did that come from? Anyway, you know, before I was thinking boring, all of a sudden it's getting more exciting. That's not good. But overall, it is pretty boring. Oh, look, 165. come on, Elon. Oh, one of the X posts he put out was, "Oh, we need more time in wet weather." I wouldn't call it. I mean, it is wet, but it's not raining. Well, it's a light rain. Okay, anyway. And we're still an hour out from getting into the New Orleans, Baton Rouge area. All right. So this is the human factors or UI thing. You put up this message. There's no way to acknowledge it. There's nothing I can do. Except maybe pull over on the side road and stop and let somebody run into me? I don't know. That doesn't sound safe. Pull out the next exit. So it'll keep doing this. Before I'll be able to like swipe on it. Apply turning force, yeah. But I mean, I just wish there was some group of people in the Tesla group who did software and human factors engineering stuff, but this is not good. All right, well, there is something he has done, or FSD has done. He's limited my speed limit to 65. And to be fair, I think the one time I went through Georgia and it was raining, as the rain got heavier, and of course the trucks going by are throwing up all the mist, of course. He'd slowed it down to 65 to 60 to 55. I think he even slowed it down to 50. Of course, the last thing you really want when people are trying to fly around you is to slow down to 50 in a 70 zone where people are doing 80. Okay, but he has limited us in that way. And this is a light rain, right? We're nowhere near heavy. Yeah, I don't know. So much for boring. All right. Yes, crazy wipers encountered. Not crazy, just no far faster than it needs to be for these conditions. I mean, you could be on medium speed, but he's getting tired, isn't he? Ah! All right, anyway. You know, it's actually not going bad, and we've only been driving for about 3 hours. Well, there was stop and bucket, but you know, we started about 3 hours ago. For the most part, yeah, it's pretty boring. I mean, this guy, that's annoying. And when you got this stuff popping up, you start losing faith in letting FSD drive. Because to me, this level of rain is not. I don't want to say it's significant. You do notice it, but not anything I would ever worry about. Now, I grew up in Florida and spent a lot of time in South Texas, so rain is something we're used to, and getting heavy downpours is something we're used to. But whatever. Not that I've been in that situation in years. You might want to accelerate into it. You might want to accelerate into it. You might want to accelerate into it. Why do these people not accelerate into it? Oh, they got their own lane. Yeah, I kind of figured he was coming sooner or later. Okay, but FSD handled all of that on his own. Alright. And he's gone back to just semi-fast wipers. As soon as I say that, he speeds up. I don't know. Alright, so our continuing vlog here. So, the semi that passed me, I guess he got stuck behind another semi and slowed down. And so I moved to left to pass him. And I'm going to do. Okay, hopefully I'm not getting too full on my phone. So there was a semi that had passed me. And for some reason, I guess he was behind a semi that slowed down in front of him after a while, not immediately. So anyway, he slowed down and I moved to the left to go by him. And so I guess he was like, no, I'm going to show you, I'm going to the right. So there's a lane open on the right, he was going to go into that right lane. And all of a sudden he's coming back into the middle lane. And I'm next to the semi. I'm in the inside lane. He's coming back into the middle lane. And FSD kind of slowed down there. And I get it. He probably wasn't quite sure what to make of the semi. To tell you the truth, I'm not either. Except he's going into the middle lane, I'm in the inside lane. So brake on FC off. Keep him going. Okay, it has gotten a little bit heavier. So yeah, it's the rain. We're just back to 65 again. So for a while it was 70, but the rain picked up, it's back down to 65 max. And what I found was, if you swipe to the left, it'll immediately bounce back with it again, so swipe to the left again, and then it stays minimized like that. So that's helpful. And as soon as I record the previous message, now all of a sudden we're just slowing down to a crawl. But it's not the car, it's the traffic in front of me. They're also going slow. Not quite sure why, but they are. Well, I guess if cars are passing you, then it must be okay to drive faster, huh? So it was all the way down to 60. One car went by, said, okay, I'll go 65. Then this car up here just passed me, and said, oh, okay, I'll go 70. I don't know, but it's the way it is, right? All right, I don't say it directly here, but the first camera ran out of battery. That's why that clip got cut off. And so I switched to the second camera. That's what's going on here. Okay, that's a little bit closer and it still looks kind of small, so whatever, you'll have to live with it. All right, we were down around 60 kilowatts charging speed. Time to move on. So I stopped it and unplugged. How did I get out of here? Yeah, I know navigation has it. I'm just kidding, I've been here before.
Right onto
Oops,
East
not turn
Brewster
here.
Road.
Oh, wait, what? I can't go out that way. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, I could go over there somewhere, right? Alright, we're gonna go over there, I guess. Follow navigation. Okay, yes, sir. Alright, so what do you want to know? Alright, so you're now on my GoPro 11. The GoPro 9, I guess, ran out of battery.
Turn right onto East
I'm not
Brewster
sure, I
Road.
just know it did a dee and turned off. I don't think it was hot because at 65 degrees it shouldn't get hot.
Now turn right onto Shopping Center parking lot.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you didn't see the way that lady looked. She's like, oh no! She looked like she was going to have a heart attack. Coming down that little rise.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Highway 21.
Okay, so what do you want to know? So, FSD in the rain, just like before, would degrade the speed. If you're cruising highway speed, it would degrade it. So we were cruising at 71. It yeah. If you're cruising at 71, 72, it would degrade to 70, and then it would degrade to 65, and then degrade to 60. Seems to me in Georgia it would degrade down to 55 maybe. I don't really remember that part.
Now turn right onto Highway 21.
Yeah, okay, I think I made the right choice there. Go. All right, so anyway, there's that part. What to me was a light rain was enough reason to degrade from an FSD perspective. So that's a bit frustrating, but you know, it is what it is. And Elon, okay, Elon had already posted that they needed more rain time. So they just got a bunch of rain time off of my car if they're looking at it. Your stick figure family was delicious. She looks like a nice lady. Yeah, she wow when you're not looking. Okay. Is there anything else? So there was a period of time, and you probably have this, where I'm coming up next to a semi, and I'm slowly passing him, and he's going, "No, I'm going fast." So he does a swing to the right, and then finds he can't really go there, and swings back to the middle. So I'm in the inside lane, and when FSD saw that, it did significantly slow down. Quickly put the foot on the accelerator to keep the car moving. Other than that, so there was a fair amount of time where I just got tired of the FSD's degraded message. So I just turned FSD off and drove myself. All right, so you want an estimate? I would say probably somewhere around 90% of the time FSD has been running, which is really, really impressive from my perspective. Okay, so there's that part. Yes. Believe me, if I'm tired of dealing with FSD, I have no problem turning off FSD. But right now, I passed this bus before. Right now, FSD's running pretty decent. Now, I don't have FSD on yet. What? There you go, FSD's on. Better go back to autopilot, make sure we have minimal lane changes. Speed limit is 60. We're going 54, not surprised because this bus is a bit slower. Okay, there you are. There's your check-in. Next stop is in Lafayette. I'm trying to remember if I've been to Lafayette. And I don't remember. Okay, whatever it is, it is. I know I've been to Iowa, Louisiana. That one stuck out. So, peace and army. Hopefully we're under. It is Sunday, so maybe traffic should be just a little bit lighter. One would hope. Onward, upward. See y'all later. All right. So from an FSD perspective here in Lafayette. Yeah, I was thinking about, before I said it was maybe 95% FSD. Now I would say we're getting close to 80% FSD, which is still actually very good for me. So we had the problems in the rain where FSD said he was degraded, so he would slow down to 65. All right, I don't want to drive on I-10 with people flying by me at 65 in the 70 zone. I get somebody put some values in it in some way. I don't know how they did it, but they put in some value in some way. They said, oh, when it's this much, it's this level, and it's that level, and then it's that level. I mean, it's very much, it's set. It's like in a table of values. So anyway, whatever. So there's that part. And you know, what's really frustrating is even when it's just a little bit of rain, a sprinkle on the windshield and an occasional wipe, he's still going, well, I'd slow down to 70 for that. Why? Okay, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. So, on the other hand, I mean, from my perspective, FSD is actually running, for me, pretty good. Most time it's pretty boring. And when I have takeover control, it's usually like, no, let's get going. And there's been a fair amount of that the past segment. You know, that whole trip through downtown Baton Rouge. Oh, I need to go set that, don't I? I need to go find it, change it to a higher value. I'm pretty sure it's set like 10 minutes. And it probably thinks it saved me 10 minutes. But, oh man, I really hate that. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. But I will stand by my statement earlier of FSD is a lot better today. A lot better. Is it there completely? No. And I've always said it's not 100% ready to go. But this version of it is a lot better than 11.4.9 for me. So there you go. Oh yeah, I should save my final adjustment for later, right? Okay, you're right. Alright guys, well I got my first since I restarted. FSD may be degraded. There's just a light sprinkle, medium sprinkle on the windshield. Now are you, oh, it may be degraded. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. Oh, it's really degraded now. I guess maybe we'll be heading into some heavier rain later. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Alright, so FSD didn't like that one bit. At first I wasn't going to get over, but it was pretty obvious, no choice, you have to get over. There were some cars merging in, right? And at the rate they're going, there was no choice, you had to move. And there was room to move, so I did. But apparently I told FSD kind of late, yes, I have minimal lane changes on. So I told him late, and he threw on some regen brakes. Whatever, peace and harmony. No, I haven't turned it. I'm going to wait till I get out to Texas, past Houston, then I'll turn off the minimal lane changes thing. But not until then. I don't want to trust him too much. Alright, anyway. Alright, welcome to the FSD Maybe Degraded show. Yes, once again, I mean, my wipers are only moving not a whole lot, but FSD's graded so much I had to slow down to 65 miles an hour. Alright, so FSD off. I mean, FSD is supposed to be a tool that helps you, not that fights you all the time. And I tell you right now, whoever's in charge of this stupid little message down here, you pop it up every, let's say, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, that means I have to focus on the screen, reach down, and swipe on it every 15, 20 seconds. So what am I doing when I'm looking over here? I'm not looking up here. Come on, man. Wow, okay, now I see how it works. You just run right up to the edge of where your merge lane ends. And that's where you merge in. And whoever's next to you has to stop to avoid hitting you. Wow. That's some That's some stupid stuff, man. And I can't believe the insurance companies are okay with that. It seems like your rate of accident would increase with that. Okay. No, I just... And what is it? It's a yellow Chevy. Or a beige Chevy. So I was coming up on a line of cars, and the last car, or the first car in that line, last car in the line, I saw he was applying his braking. Like, what's going on there? And so I'm passing. And then at the very last second there, I saw the other car just move in front of him. As soon as I rolled by, yeah, he moved over and he started following me. Although he's going somewhere fast. FDB, it's a Mississippi plate. If you have the insurance on this guy, I'm wondering. You know? Whatever, peace and harmony. We're not in Texas. Alright, so I did try to re-invoke FSD. Rain like this. He said, oh, I have to go down to 65. Brake on this, off. Forget you. No, I'm not going to put up with that. Alright, so y'all know how to do this, right? Alright, there's a button over on the left stalk. You press that button, and it forces the wipe, brings up this menu. Alright, so with FSD off, it appears like auto will not wipe the windshield fast enough for me. So, push the button, here comes the menu, pick the number. That's 3. 3 to me is the low of the high-low regular wipers. But let's put it on 2. Now, for FSD, level 2 is, oh, I can't handle it. You go to level 3, it's more like, oh, I can't handle it and I need to slow the speed down. And once you get up to the 4, yeah, you definitely have to slow down. Whatever, peace and harmony. This is what testing guys would call an edge case to some extent. Although, don't get me wrong, it rains somewhere in the United States of America. So on somewhere, somebody driving a Tesla with FSD, let's just call him Ray, has to deal with this. What I can't believe is he can't handle the conditions. Now I know Elon said they needed more work, but you know, well, they should be getting work because a friend of mine said that it was raining most of the day yesterday, and I think she said it was supposed to rain today. Well, I know that the forecast called for rain in the morning. So if you didn't have your test team out there testing out in rain with FSD, you're slacking. On the other hand, Tesla's getting free testing right now, and they'll get to see this video. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Like I said, for the most part, it has been very boring, and that's very good. Just this irritation of not being able to go 70 in the 70 zone with light rain. Come on, man. Alright, let's see if I can get it. Alright, I have the autopilot wheel. It is on. Double click. It's unavailable, but it's right here. Oh, now it goes on. Poor road conditions. Oh my God! Look out! All right. So I have a choice. I've already made a choice once. Do I live with FSD going like, oh, well, I can't handle because the road's too wet, so we're going to go 65? Or do I go without FSD? And you know what, as weird as it sounds, compared to like 2 years ago, oh wait, what? You discovered that you could drive on this road? Sorry. I guess that's what it is. You have to allow him to go and measure, make a phone call to Elon, then call whoever. Hey, is it okay if I run FSD when the wipers are barely moving and there had been some rain on the road? Okay, whatever. I'm sorry, I sound like a broken record, but the goal I have is to come back and say, here's what happened on the first day with FSD 12.3. Maximum speed is, look, they at least changed the message. That part is helpful to some extent. Okay? That's more useful than saying, oh, it's too stupid. Yeah, come on. All right, onward, upward. I can see that it's going to get a little misty up ahead. Okay, well, we're going slow, waiting for traffic to figure out where they're going. There might have been an accident. It might be construction. Who knows? So, let me cover a question that you haven't asked personally, not to me. Okay. So the question is, what do I do when it's raining? Well, it depends how hard it's raining, but so first of all, obviously, you got to run your wipers, clear your windshield, turn on your headlights so that people can see you. Not that you can see the road, so people can see you. Because when these trucks go by, they throw up a lot of mist. And you want your taillights to show up. Okay? So those are the first two things right away. If you feel like it's too dangerous for you to be driving and there's a place to pull over off the road. Don't stop on the road, pull off the road. Okay? Alright, so I've mentioned this somewhere else, but let's just call it this. Remember, you're following distance discipline. However many car lengths you're supposed to follow for your speed, do that plus add a couple more because it's raining. Now there's some rule that we used to teach for school bus driving. I'm sorry, I don't remember what that rule is, but it basically adds more into it. I don't remember if it was a half or whatever. Okay, so do that. Have your headlights on so people can see you. Increase your following distance. I mean, we're going 18 miles an hour, 17. So I'm staying a distance away from this red pickup in front of me. It's a Ford, right? And the purpose is, if he stops suddenly, I have space to see it and react. All right? So, when you see those semi drivers flying by, that's probably not a good time to follow them close, because they can't necessarily see all that much better than you. They just have the experience to know what to look for. Okay? If they suddenly stop and you're following close, you're running into it. Now, this is true in fog. This is also true in snow. Okay? Anyway, there's those pieces of advice. I feel like I'm leaving one out. Well, now the auto wipers are working good. Maybe it's tuned for going 18 miles an hour. Yes, I feel like there's one I'm leaving out, and I forgot what it is. And I mentioned don't follow close. Maintain their disciplines. Oh, and obviously slow down. If you can't handle it, slow down some. And if at all possible, stay right. Because there are people who say, oh, but I know what I'm doing. I can drive 80 in the 70 zone with rain. Because I haven't had an accident in 5 days. Okay, that's not a good indicator. All right, so there you go. Some things to ponder. Don't be too aggressive when it's raining. You're just asking for trouble. Oh, and you should be aware of ponding, right? I mean, in rain like this, part of the reason why FSD can't handle it is because there are going to be ponds that build up in various spots in the road. And when your tire hits that, you will tend to hydroplane. Now, usually it's short, it won't be a big deal. But if you hydroplane enough, you're not going to have any control. All right, anyway. Peace and harmony. Catch you next time. Houston, I think we found the problem. Somebody pulling a Walmart trailer, a semi-driver that is, decided it'd be cool to drive into the median. And he's just stuck there. And somebody's going, where's my delivery, Mr. Walmart? Yeah, brilliance in action. Alright, I thought I'd throw this in with you. So, when I'm switching lanes, I got the repeater up here, showing me the side, and you can see the waves of water rolling over the camera lens. So, that may be part of the reason why, well, you see it right here. Boom, 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 boom. So, that may be part of the reason why FSD is complaining, because there's so much water running over the side lens. And onward, upward charge. Alright, so our 77 mile per hour, our 70 mile per hour speed limit with FSD is because of this light sprinkle, almost just a mist on the windshield. Wow. But like I said, I'll take Elon on his word that they haven't been able to figure out how to get the rain to test it, despite that atmospheric river that was flowing over Los Angeles and California recently. Whatever, peace and harmony. Oh, and don't be this person, right? Don't come up on hard on your right. Well, where are you going? No room. Okay, anyway, peace and harmony. Move on. Oh, you're kidding me. So there's a group of cars coming up to merge onto the highway, right? And I'm coming up just like this car right here. Whoa. What are you thinking? Anyway, so I'm coming up, and this car, he slams into the middle lane where I am in front of me. Why? Because he's getting out the next exit. And this car does the same damn thing. And you see he has jerry-rigged trunk closer, or trunk closed holder, whatever you want to call it. Oh my goodness. That's a pitiful thing to die for. But, oh, I'm going too fast to be following these cars. You know, if you're in a group of cars, time your change away from that group of cars as appropriate. But don't just pop out in front of somebody who's going much faster than you are. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. Good news. Oh, I don't know. Right? FSD is being weird. I don't know. So this is a disadvantage of having your lane following distance discipline. Why were you going to go right?
In 1 mile, take exit
FSD, why were you going to go that way? There's a semi right here. Why do I want to follow him? But because you did all that, now this car's in front of me. Thank you so much, Mr. FSD. Okay, what I was going to say was this speed thing is so weird, right? He could only do 65 in the 70 zone, but now we're in the 65 zone, he's doing 73. I'm confused. And no, what? Oh, that's what he's saying. I'm about to get out. I'm so busy talking, I'm not paying attention to where I am. And I'm almost having 2 accidents. Why am I getting out here? I'm going to Lafayette.
Now take exit 2B on the right.
Airline? Where am I going? I'm going to a Charger, right? Well, I'm at 47%. Where are we going? He has me going 5 miles down some road. Okay, I may have to recalculate. Alright, so anyway, don't just cut in front of somebody assuming that's safe. You need to allow space, especially when it's raining. Whoops, there's a hole there. Alright, I have no clue why we're going to that place if it's way out of the way.
Now turn right onto Airline Highway.
Let me take a look. Merging in from the left. So that was a merge lane. And that lane went away. So anyway, for you guys on the video, this Mercedes in front of me has decided he's going to merge in front of me, but he's not going. FSD popped up a message saying, oh, well, he turned on turn signal, go right to avoid the merge. Okay. Well, what's to the right? It's a merge lane that's about to go away. So there's not a lane there to go into. So where are you going? Yeah, whatever. So he hasn't learned how to deal with merges yet. Or not completely. Oh, okay, let me take a flying guess. I don't know. My wild guess is we must be bypassing the I-10 I-12 merge by going some out of the way way to get there. And we're going to be going all over the place instead of just, we're going to get on Louisiana Avenue for, no, we're going to get I-10 West. Okay, that makes some sense. We're going to go, wait, what? I'm going to make a right turn in Airline, a right turn in Florida, a left turn on 110, and I guess 110 merges with, okay, let's trust the navigation if we can, although I don't think that's smart, but I'm sure we're trying to avoid construction. It's pretty typical in this area. Alright, so I think I figured out, I had a feeling, but you know, people come up with these, oh, I got this great shortcut. You know what? If it involves city streets like this, not real city street, but if it's a relatively slow moving space, and you tell everybody, so everybody uses it, it's no longer a shortcut. It becomes longer. And I think that's what we have here. Although it says in 4.5 miles we'll intersect with I-10 South, 110 South, which will then intersect with I-10. So we'll bypass the I-10 I-12 merge. And yes, that is, at least last time I was through there, it was not fun. So I'll give you that. All right, we'll see. Yes, it must save me all of 10 minutes. And guess what? Now I gotta merge over somewhere and make it onto the bridge. Wait, what? It looks similar to a truck I saw earlier, but not a different trailer. Okay, whatever. There you go. Yes, it was a shortcut. Great shortcut. Huh. I'm not sure. I mean, you avoid all this traffic, and then you have to merge into the traffic anyway. What's the point? But peace and harmony. Took a while to figure out what it was he was up to, and that's what he was up to. Actually, there is a setting somewhere in navigation where it says reroute if you can save X number of minutes. Okay, I'll probably have to adjust that to be a more conservative number, because I really don't like taking those kind of shortcuts. To me, they're stupid. Okay, what's that? Yes. How do you really feel about that, Ray? It's stupid. Right? But anyway, peace and harmony. Onward, upward charge. Okay, guys, welcome back to Grandpa. Here we are. We're west of Baton Rouge now. But yes, that shortcut was a great shortcut. Went through a seedy part of town. Just what I wanted to see. Yes, sarcasm, right? Now, it's not that I like bumper to bumper, slow moving traffic, but at least it's all on the interstate. So we went through I guess it's the east end of Baton Rouge on US 190, and then we hit 110, and almost immediately we're merging on to I-10. But when you merge on the I-10, there's a bunch of traffic there who are already mad because they've been sitting in traffic. Although I figured out how to merge. There was some guy who was behind me, just like, "Brr," with a look on his face. Like, what did I do, man? But then the space opened up to my left, and I went left, and left him sitting there to ponder why his life is not better. You can stay there. You can find somebody else to growl at. Okay, whatever. Like I said, I tend to feel like shortcuts usually aren't worth the trouble. They really aren't. Once they're in Google Maps, then anybody who's doing a search will come across it. So what did you gain? So if you have a shortcut that's really good, keep it to yourself. Don't tell anybody. There you go. Okay, are you back? Yeah, there you are. All right, so there's a couple of cars stopped on the shoulder, and some kids hanging around on the outside, so not a risk. And then I see there's the one guy's walking up on the driver's side of his car. FSD put on some regen brakes to slow down. I mean, I mean, if he were to step out, that would be toast for him. But at least FSD had the thought to go like, yeah, maybe I need to be more careful with this. So that was pretty good, actually. Anyway, just thought I'd share that one. Yay! Wait, what happened? Oh, the semi's moving over because traffic slowed down? Oh, this GMC was coming up here. Oh, there's a cop in the room. The GMC was coming up, flying along, and then Mr. Semi said, oh, yeah, thank you. I think I'll just move in your way. But it turns out it's just a cop who's pulled over somebody. And you need a lot more of that up here in Louisiana. Okay, there you go. Okay, well, I didn't tell you, but I turned off the minimal lane changes, so I'm letting FSD choose when to go. As it was before, he tends to be somewhat aggressive, and when he wants to go to the left, he wants to go to the left. And you know, if there's a semi coming up on him fast, too bad, they need to stop. So he does have that fault. No doubt about it. Now, part of that statement is based upon how I feel about space. Now, if you're somebody from like Boston, you may feel like I waste too much space. Okay, not to pick on a certain two people, but I mean it's just a difference in how we approach things. Okay, with that said, he's actually doing fairly decent. Other than, like I mentioned, he's a little too aggressive and wanting to go left to cut off somebody. Although my feeling is he doesn't even know he's cutting off anybody. Anyway, there you go. Like right now. Alright, well I was kind of surprised to encounter that behavior, but it's still there. So basically it's if the emergency stop system is starting to track a vehicle in front of you, getting ready to stop if it needs to, it has a hard time processing the fact that you turned on your left turn signal to move lanes. So it's too busy focusing on, I'm about to brake! And that apparently is still in 12.3. I don't know why, I'm surprised they trained that. And like I said before, the best way to avoid colliding with somebody in front of you is if you can move over to the next lane. Right? If you move over to a place where he's not, you're not going to hit him. Unless, of course, he moves in the left lane, then you got a problem. But a better chances than counting on braking to avoid him when you're already going too fast to adequately brake to avoid him. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Alright, so the other subject at hand. How did FSD do? I got a surprise for you. Okay, so over there in East Texas, with all the construction, the speed was messed up. People flying by, people going slow. So I didn't go FSD there. Once the speed limit came back up to 70, actually it was 75. When the speed limit came up to 75, and traffic was a little bit more stable, and we had 3 lanes, so there's more room to move around. FSD on. I think at first I was going with without minimal lane changes. You know, just I mean, you gotta try it. I gotta give FSD a chance, right? Okay, so this whole section, it did okay. I mean, I'm here, I survived. And we didn't get in accidents. I'm saying we, because there was a car that was in the inside lane, and for some reason another car decided that was going to be in the inside lane, and it was actually a Camry, this is the first one, and the Camry realized he was about to get in an accident, and he moved quickly. He was in the shoulder. The dirt was kicking up. Oh my goodness. And the nice little lady, well, what happened? I almost saw an accident. That's why you had to brake on FSD off. Okay? So, I mean, that's just traffic. That's not FSD. It's not FSD's fault at all. Okay, there's that one. Okay, so we're in east of Houston. Things are going okay. All right, so sorry, there was a couple of people asking me about Teslas. Just a general question, like, you know, how far can I go and how long will it take to charge it? So yeah, I usually shoot for 140, 150 miles. Not that I shoot for that, but that's what navigation likes to do. Personally, I'd rather it be shorter, take more breaks, but that's just an old man. All right, so coming into Houston more proper. I am stoked. If you had told me that FSD could, no, I mean, come on. We know FSD can handle stuff, okay. But me personally, I'm skeptical of using FSD on I-10 through Houston. Now, granted, it's a Sunday evening, so it's not like it's rush hour or anything stupid crazy. But, you know, the Houston people here are trying to make the Florida people look tame. Okay? And if you've driven in Florida, you know what I mean. If you've driven in Houston, you know exactly what I mean. It translates. These people are nuts. You know, they come, oh, I'm going to come up on your right side at 100 miles an hour. And then, wait, there's a car there. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm not in that lane. Oh, that means I have to brake hard. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. You know, so there's all those kind of people. All right, so anyway, the only, that's not quite fair. The main interruption I had was I was behind a Rivian. He was going about 5 miles slower than I wanted to go. Let's put it that way. When the traffic finally eased up on my left side, because it was going both ways, but traffic eased up on my left side, brake on FCI, because I used the turn signal, but as usual, the turn signal FSDs go like, what? I don't know what that means. I don't feel like doing it today. Mañana, man. Okay, brake on FC off, go around the Rivian van. Or Amazon. The Amazon Rivian van, okay? Yes, I saw one today. Yahoo! Yeah. Okay, there's that one. And I think there was one where, no. All right, so there's two other minor interventions. So one was, there was a delivery van truck kind of came up on me, tailgated me. So I hit the score wheel down a couple of notches, slow down, see if he'll go around me. Well, he didn't get the idea. And just about that time, I saw it was open on the right, and in fact, I had to switch over one lane. Okay, scroll back up, move to the right, go away. He's not going the same direction I'm going, so whatever. And the other one was not SUV, it was a minivan. There was a minivan, the guy was following me, he was kind of stuck, so I scrolled it down a couple of notches, and he got the hint and went around as soon as it was clear for him to do so. So, other than that, I came through Houston with FSD on. I can't tell you how stoked I am that happened that way. That's really cool. So there you go. Oh yes, and so both my GoPro 9 and my GoPro 11 are out of battery, so that's why I'm recording this on the phone. Although I'm probably about to completely fill up this phone too, so. Well, this is the last stop before I get home. Knock on wood. Anyway, we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, just pulling a little bit forward from my parking space. Double click, with autopilot wheels on, double click, FSD on, and away we go. All right, so pulling out of the parking lot. Like I said, I rolled forward a little bit, autopilot wheels on, Voc FSD. We're going to go to the left, and we're coming to the driveway that pulls out. Okay, there's some cross traffic. There's one car with some girls that drive by, and as the girls drive by, she's looking at my car like, oh, what? Hey, maybe, or else she's like, what a good-looking car with such a good-looking grandpa in it. I don't know, whatever, piece of car. Just kidding around with that part. I mean, she was steering, but who knows why. Okay, and then there was 2 trucks. There was a break between 2 trucks. So I did a brake on to wait for that car to go by, and the first truck, I waited for it to go by. Then moved out, got in line, re-invoked FSD. Okay, sorry, I'm pausing because the traffic's finally building up a little bit. All right, so anyway, once it was our turn to pull out onto the road behind Bucky's there. Oh, we're going down the 2 lanes, right? Come on. And it's 55 miles an hour. Yes, this is Houston traffic. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at the semi with his lights. His blinker's on, but he's not sure he's going to commit to it. All right, so we pull out. Oop. No, we're not going to Brookshire today. Come on. Okay, so that behavior's still there in FSD. Oh, look, there's an exit. Let me go down that exit. Yeah. No, why? Stupid piece of junk. Okay, whatever. So we pull out. We're supposed to go around the roundabout, and we're supposed to go up and then get on the highway. Okay. I think there's a curb separating the 2 lanes before we get to the roundabout. And at first, FSD looks like he's going to tag the corner of that round of the curb, but he manages to squeeze by, no problems. He goes to the inside lane in the roundabout, which surprised me. But guess what? Everybody else is doing the same thing. I mean, me as a human driver, I would have gone to the outside, but I don't know. Whatever, it worked out. Live with it. When it came time to get on the road leading to the ramp to get on the I-10, FSD declared, or Tesla, whoever, declared it's a 25 mile per hour speed zone. No way. Okay, put the foot on the accelerator, keep the car moving. Okay. So, other than a brake twice, one brake because I needed to let traffic go by, and the second time just to look before we went out onto the highway, onto the road, and then some accelerator just to keep the car moving. Okay, that's it. That's it. And then we get on the highway, no problems. Okay, so we get in the outside lane. FSD, as he always does, says, I need to get to the left lane. I need to go left. I need to follow around. That's what he says sometimes. If you put in minimal lane changes, he still says, oh, but I got to follow the route. You know, there's 4 lanes. They're all going the same direction. They're all going to get you to where you're going, or at least some combination at some future point. You can pick any one of them and you'll be okay. Okay, so that's just typical FSD behavior. Anyway, there you go. And right now we're on I-10. We're flowing, baby. Okay, now that you listen to me rant, let me really rant. Oh man, FSD kind of fell off the cliff on the coming into here. All right, so you know, after I've been bragging about, yes, I'm bad about, but I've also been bragging. So between Katy and Columbus, there was a couple of exits. FSD decided he was going to take those exits. There was one, and then there was one right after it. Okay, brake on, FC off both times, but really, seriously, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. And so coming by, so if you know Texas 71, you know you go through Ellinger. Ellinger is one of those places where oh yeah, we're a small town conservative. We're a 55 zone. Huh. Okay, fine. Okay, we slowed it. At first, FSD was not going to slow down to 55. I don't know why. It's small town Texas. They take this stuff seriously. At least they used to, until the legislature kind of took away the advantages of collecting as many tickets as you possibly can. Because after a certain point, it all rolls into the state. All right. Anyway, peace and harmony. What happened was, coming out of Ellinger, there's a 70 mile per hour speed zone. No reaction. There's a 75 mile per hour speed zone. No reaction. Another 75 mile per hour speed zone. No reaction. You're going, what? What is going on? Finally, we go by a 75 mile per hour speed zone, and there is a reaction. It's 15 miles an hour. You can't be serious. Come on. What is going on here, Elon? Tesla, AI team, whoever, I don't care. I mean, I've had the issue out on Texas 130 where I roll by an 85 mile per hour speed sign and Tesla says it's 65. I've had that. But I mean, that's I guess that I just always thought of that as being an unusual situation. But I mean, I've consistently got in Lago Vista. You go by when you go into Lago Vista on it's been too long. Loman Ford. There's a 35 mile per hour speed sign. Okay. Usually FSD reads it. And then a little bit further up the road, there's a 40 mile per hour speed sign. If you're in the inside lane, you may not read it. There's a second 40 mile per hour speed sign. He may not read that one either. Okay, when you come to the point where your the 4 lanes become 2 around at Dawn Drive, then there's a 40 mile per hour speed sign after that, and he reads that one because it's close. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the excuse is, and I don't really care. All right, so anyway, there's that. And so coming out of LaGrange, in LaGrange, they set a 70 mile per hour speed zone. Okay, fine. When I came out of there, it stayed 70 mile per hour. I go, okay, fine, whatever. It's the way it is. Well, I'm pretty sure there was 75. We just didn't read it. So as we're driving along, as we're approaching Smithville, all of a sudden the car goes, oh, I saw a 75. I'm going 75. Come on. Okay, whatever. Nobody said FSD is perfect. And if you thought I was going to tell you it's perfect, no way. It's not perfect. Oh, okay, so I need to tell you. So at one point, he started throwing up the FSD may be degraded messages. Really? Seriously? Come on. Yes, he's doing that. It's so great. It's wonderful. I love it. Oh, sorry. I love it. Yeah. Okay. So he's throwing this up and he's running his wiper. So if the windshield's dry and he's running his wiper every once in a while, that probably indicates that his vision may be blocked on the windshield. Right? So, I mean, it is what it is. I wonder if he got charged. Yeah, I think everybody's going to try this 1A through 1D. But anyway, so that's one thing, right? If your windshield wiper runs, it may be because of that. Okay. So I'm kind of aware maybe there's some obstruction on the windshield. But so after a while, it repeats the messages, right? So after a while, okay, let me get out my phone. I'll take a picture of Because it's like, it may be degraded. It's clear outside. It's not like it's raining. Come on. So as I'm picking up my phone so I can take a picture of the message goes away. Yeah, it's like a kid, man. If a kid knows he's going to get caught, he'll stop. I mean, usually. It's like that. I don't know, whatever. It's making me wonder if maybe I do have a camera problem, but whatever. We'll cross that bridge soon, right? Other than that, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's going pretty good actually. It's just in the dark sometimes it's just a problem. So what's that you asked? Is it ready for Robotech? No, not even close. You probably need at least a good year of solid taking this at what I have right now as a base and tweak and fine tuning it would probably get you there in a year. Just my guess. Of course, they're doing things very differently than I would have done when I was in a similar field. That is software development, yes. Whatever, peace and harmony. I'm still stoked that this showed up this morning and I'm getting to run it today. It's awesome. Yeah, right. If like my friend, oh, it did something unusual. Oh, I didn't like it. Oh, don't run it. Oh, it's dangerous. No, it's not dangerous. As long as you know what its tendencies are and you know how to react to it, you're fine. Okay? At least that's my viewpoint. But I'm definitely not going to recommend this to anybody else the way it is right now. Fair enough? Okay. Okay, so yesterday I was talking about how FSD seemed to be having a problem seeing. Okay, looking at the 3 front cameras, it doesn't look, there's nothing on it. There was a little smudge before I washed the car. That was a little bit to my left, but there was no bird stuff on or bug stuff on it, so that wasn't the problem. So something else was going on, I guess. Now it is possible, with it being humid, maybe some humidity had worked its way up in front of the camera and it wasn't getting dried out. That's a possibility, but I don't know that it is. I have noticed that, in particular this one, this camera tends to get kind of like fogged up at night. At least it looks like it. I don't know that it actually is, but it looks like it. So anyway, bottom line conclusion is I don't see any obvious reason for FSD to have issues. So we're gonna have to see what happens when we test out next time around. Okay, so I kind of promised I would take a look at the cameras. This camera doesn't look bad. Of course, I'm not a technician, so don't take my word for it. I mean, there's a slight fuzziness down here at the lower part, but that looks like you can see just fine. Narrow. Oh, so going back to this is main, this is wide, this is narrow, left door pillar, and that looks okay. Left fender, yeah, that looks pretty nice. Well, we're looking at right door pillar, okay. And yeah, it looks appropriate. Rear wheel, rear drive, rear view. Okay, there you go. Oh. Yep, there I am. Hi. All right, so there you go. Looks to me like this is all working pretty good, at least today. Oops. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. So I don't see an issue there with cameras. All right. So what is today is Thursday, right? I got home Monday night. It's been 2 days already. I'm still sorting through videos and trying to catch up. But this is about day 7. So if you remember it, the exciting news was overnight the update containing FSD 12.3 became available. Okay. And I'd already resigned myself to like, oh well, I'm doing all this driving, I'm doing all this cross country tripping, road tripping, and it's all with 11.4.9. But all of a sudden I have 12.3 available. So I hadn't done this before, but I mean I've done hotspot, but I figured out how to hook up my car with the hotspot on my phone. Downloaded the update. I have an iPhone. I had to do major compatibility, whatever it was, because it stalled. And then I hit that, and it went. So okay, cool. And yes, it took a long time to actually install once it downloaded. But okay, there it is. So when I first started out from where did I stop? Oh, that rest was it Santa Rosa? I think Santa Rosa County rest area. So I'm way out West Texas from a Florida perspective. Texas, way out West Florida. Sorry. Way out West Florida, deep in the panhandle. Almost out of Florida, actually. And in fact, Buc-ee's is in Alabama. So I didn't really record the start of it. I just started out and saying, okay, let's try it out. Let's see what happens. And I was kind of aware, I might want to, but I got the camera out, but I didn't put the camera in until Buc-ee's. Okay. Which isn't that far away, but that short preview was exciting enough to say, yes, I do want to try FSD 12.3 and record it separately. Actually, it's at Buc-ee's I made that decision, but there you go. So in general, well, let me step back. So I came across the video that reminded me or pointed out that there's 2 parts to FSD, basically, so to speak, anyway. And one part is highways, and the other part's city streets. Okay, city streets was the main impact of 12.3 from what they were saying. I would say there was some impact to highways because it felt ever so slightly differently. But you know what? Maybe all the positive viewpoint really came from city streets, so to speak. Because what are you doing when you're merging onto a highway? You're doing city street stuff. And when you merge off of a highway, you're transitioning to city streets. And to be fair, that's where I was like, wow, I like this. But even on the highway, it felt ever so slightly different. Although it was disappointing with some of the old behaviors still being there. Okay, whatever. I don't see how you can completely replace a software stack and say, but it's the old stuff. I don't know. I that doesn't make sense. Does not compute. That does not compute, Will Robinson. So I don't know. That's what they said. Whatever. Peace and harmony. Who cares? It's fine. So my overall takeaway from the trip, excluding from, let's say, Columbus, Texas. It was Columbus, right? Yeah, it's Columbus. So basically, once I got on to Texas 71, it started to get a little bit more flaky, and I wasn't liking it quite as much. But I was tired. The car had been running all day, so to give it a human value, I'm sure it was tired too. It probably has more to do with some other stuff, but whatever. Overall, it was pretty good. It was pretty predictable most time. The behavior where it wants to cut in front of a semi when it's completing a pass is still there. I mean, but I as I've always said, that's a California road rager type of thing. Well, I'm gonna cut him off. You know, they've started adding automatic braking into these commercial trucks. I know we had, when I was with the bus company, we had to borrow a bus from another office, and that one had the automatic braking in it. Now, the driver's a good driver. I mean, we all trust him, like him, and all that stuff. But he came up, oh, it brakes all the time. Oh, you know what that means, right? It means you're going too fast for the conditions, at least according to the brake system. Now, the mechanic came back, yeah, we're having a hard time getting it tuned so that it works correctly. But, come on. Not really. That's not it. And it's like, this bus driver's rat has things that go where he's turning, and so there's trees, there's brush right in front of him, and he's turning, but the braking system's reacting to the brush. All right. Where I'm really going is these semis, also, I'm sure some of them at least have this. So if you cut in front of them, you're forcing the system to brake. Okay? And to be fair, I'm not just picking on them. If you cut in front of me and I have FSD on, yes, the system will brake. And if you cut in close enough, the automatic braking system, regardless of anything else going on, will brake to avoid the collision. Okay? So there's that part. So to me, it's disappointing that we're cutting in front of these trucks. It's not safe and not really my style. Let's put it that way, my style. I did find there was a couple of things that they've added in the UI, and one of them was set automatically. One of them was set by me, and once I figured out what was going on, I'm like, oh, okay. No, I don't want it. It was a part where I'm struggling with, why is it setting it to 77? And what it's doing is it's adding an offset. I don't think I have a plus 5 miles per hour offset in what I've defined, but I think within the FSD system, that's what they put in is plus 5 miles per hour. Anyway, flick that switch off, fine, no problems there. Anyway, let's go this way about it, and just say that I'm actually pretty impressed with what FSD did that day. Is it much better than 11.4.9? We can argue back and forth, okay? Is it better? I felt it was better. But other people, oh my God, it's worse! Okay. I mean, I've been living with 11.4.9 for weeks. It feels like weeks anyway. Right? Like, when are they ever going to get around to it? And they finally come up with it. And was it worth the wait? I hate to say it was worth the wait, because that implies that I'm okay with the wait. I wasn't okay with the wait. I would have preferred to have even a less useful version of version 12. But I understand that they have to do certain things. And that's part of the reason why I have so much frustration over FSD may be degraded. Okay, so what? What does that mean? It doesn't mean you're stopping. Although finally, now it's slowing down on the highway. Okay, which we can argue about whether or not that's the safest thing to do, but at least it's something they are doing. And anytime you want to break on FSD off, you're not limited by that anymore. You can do whatever you want, right? But then you don't have FSD to help you out. Okay, so there's that part. And I think part of the flakiness was just being in so much rain. I should have checked the cameras a couple of days ago. I'm sorry I didn't. But there it is. What, am I disappointed that I have 12.3? No. You don't have to throw me back to 11.4.9. No, that's like taking a whipping for something you didn't do. No. Is there room for improvement? Definitely. Okay? But, I mean, at least it is better. It feels better to me. And I'm hoping that we start catching up. Sorry, that's not the right way to say it. I'm hoping that now that we have 12 more generally available, although I'm not sure exactly how generally available it is, but it's in my car, right? Now, I obviously was one of the people who was going to have to wait for when they get around to it. At least that's what I assume, because that's the way things were going. I'm just a regular guy. Now, do I post on YouTube? Yes, you're watching a video from Opare. Yes. But I don't have a large audience. Although there have been things I've done, I've gone to thousands of people. They're like, what? What happened? What'd I do? Sometimes you just don't know. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. So there it is. Over 14 and a half hours. I guess the question you might ask is, well, how much did you use FSD? I would say I probably used, well, first of all, 2 hours of that was charging time. So we're only talking about 12 hours of driving time. So out of that period of time, I feel like I probably used it around 85, maybe up to 90% of that whole time. So there are just times, if I'm driving in city traffic, or busy traffic, I prefer to have control of myself. But I drove through Houston. Yes, it was a Sunday. What? It was a Sunday. Oops. Yes, it was a Sunday evening that I drove through Houston. So this is 4 days. Wow. Okay. So I drove through Houston with FSD. Now, to be fair to you, most of the time I was behind either a semi or a Rivian delivery vehicle. So I kept the speed down so that I stayed behind those vehicles. Now, what the difference is, I'm not dealing with FSD making decisions to go back and forth and all over the place. I did have minimal lane changes on, which is my way of throttling FSD. I can't stand it when the way he cuts people off. Just makes me crazy. Okay? But when traffic's lighter, I'm okay with it. It's just a difference in how he approaches it. Okay. There you go. So there's that part. Most of the time in the rain, I had FSD on. Right? Even though he kept throwing up, oh, FSD may be degraded. And there was, I guess I must have done a break on FSD off saying, this doesn't help me. Because eventually it kind of calmed down. And you know, they can do minor tweaks just to your car. So if you complain about something loudly enough, they might do something. Then again, they may push you to the back of the queue for all updates. I'm sure there's a fine line there somewhere. But there you go. There's that part, okay? So, the one thing I did promise was I do need to go out and, well, I need to go to the store to buy groceries anyway. Wait, how have I made it this? Well, I stopped coming into town. I stopped at H-E-B and I bought milk and I bought bananas. And yes, I'm down to the point where I really need to go buy more fruit and some other stuff. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Should you use FSD today? If you haven't been running FSD, don't rush into it. I've been running FSD since last June. That long. All right. So I've gotten used to, you have to get used to FSD behaviors and start developing an anticipation of what it's going to do to live with it. Okay. Is the FSD ready for robotaxi? No. No way. I mean, when he does things well, I give him credit for it. Okay. But most of the time, no, it's not there. Okay. In the meantime, it's after, no, it's not. It's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. Okay. Sorry. I've been kind of like, no, I just don't want to do anything. Just tune out. Okay. Whatever. Besides, I have a bunch of videos to sort through. And so the video I'm sorting through right now is the FSD 12.3 drive that I did Sunday. And this is the cap to it, although it's going to be long. But there you go. Peace and harmony. Oh, so you asked, should you get FSD? No, why would you pay for FSD now? It's not ready. Now, if you're buying a Tesla and you think you might want to think about how do you get into buying it. Although you can subscribe to it too. The beauty of subscribing is you turn it on for a little while and then you say, no, I'm not going to use it for a while, turn it off, and you can go back and forth. Now, the caveat is if you're already up to a 2024 software release level, you may not get FSD for a while. Although hopefully they're going to start picking it up. Now that they're pushing 12 out to general public, because I'm general public, the updates may come a little bit more often. They have to make some progress if they're going to have any hope of making robotaxi work. Right? It has to come. So, and if they're going to do the compact car, which right now the rumor mill says sometime 2025, they have to have FSD ready in a Model 3, or in particular a Model 3 Performance that's black. Okay, whatever. But I mean, that's part of the reason why I bought this Model 3. First of all, I prefer sedans over SUVs. SUVs seem like a giant waste. Unless, of course, you're carrying a bunch of people around, then SUVs make sense. That's pointing to the Model Y, of course. But for everyday driving, for me, I'd rather be in a sedan. Although, yes, it is. I find it all of a sudden much smaller than it used to be. Now that I'm used to driving SUVs or crossovers. Right? So it just takes a little bit more effort. Whereas if I had always had a sedan, I wouldn't have to make a change. Whatever. Peace and harmony. But anyway, there you go. Oh, so yeah, I keep going away from the question, should you buy it? Okay, so it depends what you want, right? Obviously. Duh. If you're a crazy nut like I am and you want to experiment with it, yeah, sure, go buy FSD. If you're not independently wealthy, not that I am, but, so I said this before. Let me say this again. The reason why I have a used Model 3 is I could get FSD much cheaper. I didn't have to spend $12,000 to get FSD. FSD came with the car. Did they charge me an upgrade? Yeah, $600-800, something like that. Just guessing. But I mean, they had Model 3 Performance with FSD and Model 3 Performance without FSD. That's why I'm saying it was around $800. That's about the difference in price. Okay? A lot different than $12,000. Okay? On the other hand, yeah, I've already run out of my main warranty. I still have a secondary warranty, and I'm about to roll up on 56,000, so I have a feeling that I only have 4,000 left or something like that. But I still had the battery and the motor warranty. That's good for 8 years or 120,000 miles. So there you go. There's all that part. It's all good. I mean, that's what I would suggest. If you want to experiment, you want to play with it, go that way. On the other hand, I have a friend who bought her I guess her father's had something to do with car dealerships. They found a Model 3, an old Model 3, 2018. It turns out it has FSD on it. I have a feeling she paid a lot less than I did. But I bought mine from Tesla. Tesla will roll on a 1 year, 10,000 mile warranty when you buy it from them, even if it's beyond the regular warranty. Okay, so there's that part. Okay, but if you're crazy enough to want to experiment, there you go. That's how I did it. Whether or not it's right for you is a whole nother question. I mean, some people need the latest car. If I were buying a new car, yes, I would probably go for that Model 3 refresh dual motor. That was, when I test drove that car, that was pretty nice. And you get the ventilated seats, so that's really cool. But then you don't get the FSD. Well, you can buy the FSD, it's just $12,000 or a monthly subscription. But the thing is, if you look forward to Robotaxi, and I don't think we know for sure when that we can do Robotaxi, right? I mean, it seems like, well, surely I want to disable the steering wheel and the brake and the accelerator. Would make sense. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Maybe if you see Ubers, that some of the Ubers have the plastic guard behind the front seat, so you can't hit the driver. Now, maybe you could move both seats up, put in a guard, and that would work. I don't know. That's the problem, is I don't know. But we're not to that point yet. Whatever, peace and harmony. So, does FSD help you driving across country? With 12.3, I would say it did make a difference, because I was able to drive a little bit further than I could have otherwise. But once I started getting tired, I was tired. So, but the future is there. The future is there that you could use FSD to make a cross-country trip with it. Okay? Would it be complete? Probably not for a long time yet, but it's getting there. Anyway, peace and harmony. It's all good. What? Yes. Well, like I said, I didn't have the destination on driving down 1431, so I don't know how it would have done with all the stuff it normally gets tripped up over. But I need to go somewhere today, so that's what we're going to do next. And that should be interesting. Okay? Stay tuned. Onward, upward. Yes, sirree, Bob.